Hey YouTube, this is Frisky Dingo here, getting back with you guys with another reaction slash review video. Today we're looking at the reaction of Ubisoft announcing that they're restoring the Dead Space franchise. Honestly speaking, Dead Space is one of my favorite franchises in the sense of single player story modes. Extremely well made, especially with the linear horror style of shooting. It's definitely a part of the early mid 2000s genre of shooting slash single player experience. If you look at the year Dead Space came out, it came out in the same year of Gears of War 2, Fallout 3, so you could kind of assume or understand what type of gameplay people were looking for at that time. I think that's very important of the Dead Space franchise. It embodies what people love the most. Not only the horror style of gameplay, but also the linear style of transversing through a storyline without having to backtrack or feel like as if you lost something. You get all of what you need in Dead Space till the very end, and then you want to replay it some more. That's why I think Dead Space is one of the most unique games that needs to be restored and or rebooted. I think if they were to come out with a updated remake, I think that would be good too for Dead Space 1, 2, and 3, but also in a lot of fans' opinions, including my own, Dead Space 3 was, I don't think it's worth the remake. It was actually a complete move away from the Dead Space series, and kind of the reason why Dead Space in general died as a franchise. The people during that time were looking, the creative directors were looking more towards the co-op environment that was becoming new and budding during this point in period. If I remember correctly, during Dead Space 3, a lot of cooperative games had come out at that time, definitely expanding off of the Gears of War series that focused on linear storytelling, but also a cooperative gameplay part. And I think that's for most people who were, Dead Space fans, were just upset overall with the storyline, with the gameplay, and then also with the upgrading mechanics. I think that's where a lot of people lost to track line. And I think that if Ubisoft was to reboot the entire series, it would actually be in favor for themselves, because a lot of fans have been craving to play the original Dead Space style. So I think the fan worth is there. I think the money is there. It would just be up to Ubisoft to go ahead and make that push. And because they put this out in the open, that means they're very much open with trying to restore this entire franchise. I mean, it's a well-beloved franchise, not only with 3 games and 2 side games, but also 3 animated movies that were extremely well. So, and you know, even especially during that time, I think even myself, I was a big fan of when those movies came out, and getting my hands on it and watching it, I thought it was extremely cool. And that was even after the fact, when Dead Space 1 had been already come out. Like, it already had its release in 2008, 2009, and then you follow up with its other release of other games later on. Then you understand at that point that Dead Space already was a foremoved franchise from its height of greatness. By the time 3 had came out, it was an entire different landscape of video games. And I think that's where the downfall came. But a lot of fans were still into Dead Space, because I remember when Aftermath had just received its critic response. This was right around where Occupy Wall Street was happening. This is exactly around the time, if I believe correctly, Sony was being hacked. I remember that summer because I was waiting for Dead Space Aftermath to come out. But that being said, it wouldn't stop me from watching and or getting more of Dead Space. I think it is not genre, but I think it is a franchise that deserves its worth in being rebooted, and hopefully we could find out more news. I mean, honestly speaking, like I said, I'm a big Dead Space fan. I recently purchased the game back on Steam for its bundles worth. So all I can really say is that if we do get a good Dead Space game, I would be extremely happy. I don't know what the game directors are thinking in the sense of moving it forward, but we'll most likely get some more news. And hopefully we'll definitely hear more about if they want to either reboot with Isaac Clarke, or if we get just original entire storyline that just involves a new character and new essence of the series. So if I get any more news, hopefully I can get into that one too. And then also for the part 2 of the video was the cancellation of Tekken X Street Fighter. I was a big fan of Tekken X Street Fighter, so hopefully we could see some Tekken X Street Fighter in the near future that involves some kind of mod. When the game creator had came out and spoke in his video, he spoke about saying that the game was only at 30% completion and most likely it will never come out. So, you know, hopefully we get to hear some more news about that also. That was on the back end of the Dead Space news during this time period, looking at the timeline. So hopefully we get either or, you know. I'm really extremely happy to hear about Dead Space. Hopefully we could get some Tekken X Street Fighter in a mod or something that could be brought where we actually get Street Fighter characters in Tekken. I think that would be cool. And yeah, if any more gaming news comes out and I hear anything more else, you guys know me already. I will see you guys in the next one.